Guys, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to go to my website. I have other gaming articles. If you guys are interested, you can read it if you guys like. And also, I stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays, so if you guys are interested, you guys can check it out. And also, join my other social medias. Without further ado, let us get on to the video. It was 1998. You just got your first N64. And the game you have with it is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. You've been fighting monsters, going through temples, solving puzzles, seeing Sheikah, oh yeah, seeing Ganondorf, and all that. And you thought it was the greatest Legend of Zelda game of all time. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are wrong. What if I said that Ocarina of Time was not the greatest Legend of Zelda game of all time? This is the greatest Legend of Zelda game of all time. Right here, this clip.
Great! I'll grab my stuff! How about a kiss? For luck?
You've got to be kidding.
Lamp oil, rope.
But guys, wait, I'm sorry, guys. I showed the wrong clip. This clip. That's right. Link to the Past. Now, why I think Link to the Past is the greatest Legend of Zelda game of all time? Well, for me, I like to do the history of both of them. So what is the history of Ocarina of Time, and what is the history of Link to the Past? Let me show you right now. Now, the development for Ocarina of Time was a really lengthy one, as Shigeru Miyamoto and other people that were working on it were working on it for a long period of time, along with Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64. Originally, I was supposed to be on the Nintendo 64 DD, which is this junky big thing that had like a floppy disk go inside and stuff like that. It was only released in Japan. That 64 DD was never released here. The game had a budget of $12 million to make, making it the largest budget at the time of its release. The team was really big too. It had like 200 people and more working on this console. That's a pretty hefty feat for a game that was coming out in 1998 at the time. The developers were actually concerned of the storage for the game, because the game was going to have like a lot of storage constraints. So they kind of thought maybe it was going to be like a Super Mario 64 scenario where they have a Link inside the castle going through paintings. That's why you have the boss, Ganondorf boss, coming through paintings. So that's where that idea came from. Can you just imagine if the Ocarina of Time was like Super Mario 64, where, you know, Link can just like move around the hero's castle and just go inside a painting and stuff like that? I can't see it. This game grew so big that they had to have 4 or 5 teams just to finish the game, so they can translate the 2D into 3D as far as items, exploration, all that. They even use a technique called chambara, which in Japan is a sword technique used in movies from the samurais. They use 120 stunt performers to actually do this game as well, to get the feel right for Link when he's swinging the sword and stuff like that. They wanted to add a navigating system as well. That's where you have the annoying fairy,
Listen.
there to guide you at all times. So there was a lot of techniques used in the game. But the most important part about Ocarina of Time was the music. The music is the important part, because Koji Kondo incorporate music inside Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, making it possible for players to go through different temples and puzzles to solve mysteries and items. So yes, Ocarina of Time has that advantage. But I know what you're asking. Talega, how is Link to the Past better than Ocarina of Time? Okay, quiet down, angry nerd. We'll get to that. So here's the history of Link to the Past. Now, Link to the Past actually started in 1988 in development after the release of the failed Zelda adventures. With the development of Link to the Past, Shigeru Miyamoto actually wanted to have characters of the party, so not just playing as Link, but you're actually playing as Zelda, and other characters as well. Like, it would have been a completely different game. The game was also supposed to come out on the NES, but since it was so late inside its life cycle, it was actually released on Super Nintendo. As in Japan, they call it the Super Famicom. At the time of its release, Nintendo was actually able to invest in a large quantity of money to develop Link to the Past, since they had more success with Mario and Legend of Zelda. At the time, the Super Nintendo cartridge can only hold up to 4 megabits, but unfortunately, this game hold up to 8 megabits. By using 8 megabits, they can actually make an expansion or overall world of The Legend of Zelda, which is really big compared to Super Mario World, which is more of a linear type of game. So you made really far into the video. I made brief history about both Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past. Now, I want you guys to give yourself a pat in the back if you made it this far, because I'm going to explain to you why Link to the Past is a better game than Ocarina of Time. And that's because it has done a lot more to the series than Ocarina of Time. Now, don't get me wrong, Ocarina of Time includes music, which is used in later games, and plus it established a 3D environment for Zelda. But as far as the history of the series itself, Link to the Past has done more, as include the origin of the Master Story, the towns that's mostly used later on throughout the series. I'm talking about areas like Kakariko Village. And there's also things that I kind of missed that is not in Ocarina of Time, like upgrading your Master Sword to make it more powerful. Having 17 dungeons all throughout the Dark World and the Light World. As for Ocarina of Time has three dungeons and then like 7 as an adult. Also, some of those ideas are used in Ocarina of Time, like transporting through a different world. So they use different. Link to the Past had elements that Ocarina of Time borrowed. Without Link to the Past, there wouldn't be an Ocarina of Time. See what I mean? So basically what I'm trying to say, as far as series-wise, Link to the Past is a better game because it established more for what the series sees in itself. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ocarina of Time did establish other stuff as well for gaming as a whole, introducing like the camera angle and stuff like that. But as far as series, Link to the Past did more, in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Link to the Past is better than Ocarina of Time, or do you guys think vice versa? Leave comments in the section below, hit that subscribe button, and leave a big thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And guys, don't forget, now you're playing with power. Superpower. What about Wind Waker and, the other Zelda games? No.